After 50 years, this is the best combo I've ever used. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sawdust Diaries. So today we're talking about sanding. Now I've been carving signs for over 50 years in case you guys didn't know that, and I finally found the perfect combination of sanders and I've tried everything. So I wanted to kind of go over that because we get a lot of questions on it and why we do one thing and not another. So that's what we're going to go over today. So this is the kind of work that we're doing, and I'm not talking about sanders that you would use on fine furniture, cabinetry, that kind of thing. So the sanders that I'm talking about are specifically the ones that I've found that I like the best for carving signs for what we do. So the first thing that I want to cover is why don't we use a planer? The reason for that is when you're taking off the surface of something like this, you've got so many places that could be chipped off by a blade, a jointer blade, a planer blade. It just is problematic, and we've seen that over and over and over. The other reason is almost every sign that we do when it's talking about 1-inch material generally has a cup of some kind. That means when you're running it through a jointer or a planer, you're going to be taking off part of it and not the other part, and you got to take off so much material that you're going to lose a bunch of your carving. The great thing about using sanders is that you have the flexibility to take off a little bit more or a little bit less on any part of the board that you don't have that option with a planer. So that's the reason that sanders work great for carved signs. So now let's talk about the evolution of the sanding operation for us. Back in the 70s when we started, there wasn't a lot of choices in sanders. So what we started with, literally we didn't know any better, we started with a sheet sander. And that was just, it was horrible. It just took long. The paper gummed up. You had to slice the paper and cut it to size. We found out really fast that wasn't the way to go, so we had to find something else. Sorry for the clutter and the mess. We definitely have a working shop and we got stuff everywhere. This was another evolution that we found that worked really well. The problem with this is there's a couple problems. Number one, it's tough to do out on site. We were carving at flea markets and horse shows and state fairs, so this is really not practical. But if you're in the shop and you're just doing stuff in the shop, it's fine as long as your signs are pretty small. If you've got bigger signs, it just is not enough surface. So again, we've had these in the shop since the 70s and they work great if you're making signs in the shop. And if they're small, they're not so wide or so long that you can't keep the whole surface down on the sander. So then our next evolution is the hand belt sander, and these we used for decades. Actually, up until maybe about 5, 6, 7 years ago, we used multiple belt sanders, one with a rough, one with a smooth, and it worked great. The problem with that is, one of the drawbacks with this is the actual sanding. When you're doing sanding, it's so easy for that thing, if you're not holding it perfectly flat, for it to tip a little bit. And if you're working on something like this, it's super simple to gouge the edge of those letters. Early on, Dad would show me how to do it, and it took me longer to get the hang of using these belt sanders than it did the router. It really did. It was just really a tricky thing to get the feel of it and to be able to get the touch with it. But again, if that's what you've got, it's a great way to go, and it works really, really well. So now let's talk about random orbitals. And I know many of you use these exclusively, and they're a great sander. This is a terrific sander. I really, really like it. The problem that I always had with it is that it was pretty easy for it to catch on my outset letters, and it just seemed like it took forever. I come from the background of carving out on site. I need something that's fast because I got people waiting for signs, and I need something that works good, that leaves a good finish, not a perfect finish, but a good finish, but it's got to be fast. And these never were fast enough for me. So this was a great option if you've got tons of time and if you've got a good hand with them. But for me, just the random orbital it's not a good option. All right, so now let's talk about my favorite overall, and this thing is a beast. Any of you that have used it, you know this thing is an amazing sander. But let me tell you how I came about that. I saw this thing down at, I don't know if it was Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever, and I saw it had a pistol grip and was like, oh man, I gotta try that. So I picked it up, I brought it home, I played with it for about a half hour, and then I put it away. This thing was so difficult to try and figure out how to use because I assumed because it was big and round like this, the same as the random orbital, that you would use it the same way. And man, I tried that and I had zero control. It was all over the place. So I put it away. About a month later, I picked it up again. I thought, all right, I'm gonna use this thing. I'm gonna see if I can figure this out and figure out a way to use it. Because I did like the fact that it took off a ton of material and I was able to pinpoint where I wanted it to work. So what I found is that when I was using it right at the beginning, if I would tilt it a little bit and I would use one of the edges, whether it was this edge or whatever, then I was able to control it. When I set it flat, I had zero control, but when I used just the edge, it worked so much better, and man, it was a game changer. So what I found after a while, especially since when I was just using an edge, we were only using a part of the actual sander. So after I really got familiar with it, I got to a point where rather than just using the edge, then I could flatten it out. And man, so now when we use it, we're using the whole disc. The discs last a lot longer, and it just is an amazing sander. So the grits that we normally use on here are either 60s or 80s, depending on the hardness of the wood. If we're using an oak or a cherry or a walnut, generally we'll use a 60 because we're interested in getting that black off of there as fast as we can. And this thing spins so fast that it doesn't really gouge too bad like a belt sander will. So this thing is great for taking the black off for your initial sand, your first sand. So what I found really is having a combination of being able to have the fast sand to get the black off, but still leave it somewhat smooth, and then a 120 on the random orbital that will just clean everything up, take the last little bits of black off, and give you a nice smooth, and you can go past 120 on here if you want to. It's just we've never really felt the need to go past 120. So this combo is amazing. So are these the best sanders out there? I don't think so. Festool is an amazing, amazing sanders. The Serv Pros that are out there right now, fantastic sanders from what I understand. I've never used them. I have played with Festool a little bit, and they're an amazing sander. But if you're on a budget and you just want really good tools that will do the job, if you're carving signs like we do, this combo is the best you're gonna find. Okay, as far as pricing goes, the great thing about this combo is like these are about $100 a piece, right around there. You can probably get them on sale. We'll leave links in the description below. Now, as far as other sanders, the Festools, the 3Ms, the Surf Preps, those things are so expensive. I can't justify it. These things are as good as they're gonna get. We need, we burned through one of these and this one is about ready to go. This thing just keeps going and going and going. So for a couple $100, this is the best deal you're gonna find. So on this sander, if you've tried this and you don't like it and you didn't get a hand for it, give it a little bit more time, kind of play with it, have some patience. Once you get the handle for this thing, man, I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. So that's about it, guys. That's my take on sanding and where we're at right now. Let us know what you guys think. Have you tried this sanding combination? If you've got a combination that you use or a sander that you use that you really like, we'd love to hear some feedback from you. Again, there'll be links in the description below for both these sanders. That is it for this video. If you guys have any questions, anything that we can help with, be sure and let us know. Eric at makeawoodsign.com. We love you. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.